The guy was out in space eating hot pot and humming a tune, while 9 golden dragons pulled him around aimlessly. Just then, his phone suddenly got a signal. That's when he realized he'd reached Earth. But just as he got excited, humanity mistook the 9-dragon coffin for a meteor from outer space. They even clocked it at 800 kilometers per second. At that speed, if it hit Earth, the consequences would be unimaginable. To stop the disaster, 4 high-ranking martial gods from the mortal world appeared. Together they formed the 5 Elements formation and prepared to fight to the death. But with their level of power, the 4 of them had no chance of stopping the 9-dragon coffin. At the same time, the guy realized something was wrong and immediately pulled back the 9 golden dragons. That was close, we almost blew up Earth. Damn it, why are you guys flying so fast without watching where you're going? Since they were already close to Earth, he dismissed the 9 golden dragons to avoid causing a scene and told them to go back home. But humanity mistakenly believed the 4 martial gods had destroyed the meteor and saved everyone. Everyone was in awe of them, and even planned to build temples in their honor. The 4 martial gods shamelessly took credit for it. After returning to Earth, the guy rushed back to his hometown. But his neighbor told him his dad had been arrested for visiting a brothel. So he hurried to the police station, and after a year apart, father and son finally reunited there. It turned out that ever since the guy disappeared, his father had been searching for him. Oh right, someone came by the house a couple days ago. They said they wanted to talk to you about honoring your engagement. The engagement had actually happened by accident. A year ago, a heavyset girl was cruelly dumped because of her weight and became suicidal. Back then, the guy stepped in and swore he'd marry her. Only then did she give up on taking her own life. But when his father found out, he opposed the marriage. It wasn't because he looked down on the girl. Their family was simply too poor to afford a bride price, and marriage would only drag her down and make her suffer. So his father personally wrote a letter calling off the engagement. It clearly said their family was poor, but if the guy became successful someday and the girl was still unmarried, they could get back together. He promised he wouldn't go back on his word. The guy gave the letter to the girl and told her he wanted to end the engagement. She thought he was just like everyone else and hated her body. Without even reading the letter, she ran away. That's how the misunderstanding began. From then on, the girl became disciplined, lost weight, and worked hard to build her career. In just 1 year, she turned into a stunning beauty, became worth over 100 million, and gained countless admirers. Of course, the guy knew nothing about what happened afterward. He had always felt guilty about her, but since it was all in the past, he decided to leave it to fate. But fate works in mysterious ways. When the woman heard that the father and son were at the police station, she came over and paid their bail. The guy never expected her to change so much. After losing weight, she'd become incredibly beautiful. But all she felt toward him was hatred. She'd come today just to laugh at him and finally vent the anger she'd carried all these years. Seeing this, his father told him to hurry after her. Then the old man patiently tried to talk them into making up, saying what happened back then was all a misunderstanding. But she didn't believe him at all. She still hadn't opened that letter, and had always assumed it was filled with cruel words humiliating her. Her attitude today was simple. Back then you couldn't care less about me. Now I'm way out of your league. And she wanted to call off the engagement. The guy was stubborn too. He immediately went home, brought out the engagement cancellation papers, and told her to sign. But when it actually came down to it, she regretted it. Deep down, she was grateful that he'd saved her life back then. She was grateful he'd pulled her out of the pit of insecurity, and she'd truly fallen for him at first sight. All she wanted now was for him to apologize and soften up a little. She still planned to marry him, but she never expected things to get this far. Just